London is doing what it normally does, looking kind of grey outside, but this is why I like it.
Yeah.
Because it's not fake. London is horrible.
It's real.
It's grey outside.
Yeah.
I got big bro milks. I got pastor milks. I got pretty boy milks. I got Teddy Riley. I got beard gang milks with me. I'm excited for this one. First of all, big up my brother Damien. Ha, ha, ha. You're not here for the vibes, right? Real beard gang, Professor Beard Gang. Welcome, my brother.
What's going on, family?
How you been, man?
I'm blessed, man.
Yeah?
Blessed.
I see you winning.
No, do you know what? I'm not even, let me retract that statement. I'm not trying, you know what I mean? Just continuing to just push, bro.
We're maintaining.
Yeah, maintaining. That's
I
the
see
thing.
you shining. I'm going to big you up. I see you shining.
Thank
the
you, man.
consistency has been on. You've even pushed me. If anybody's got a Sunday post from me, it's because of this, man.
Come on now. I'll take that.
I'm sitting there watching the show and I'm like, I'm big on Bishop TD Jakes and Steven and I was big on them videos there. Normally I get there, I'm like, MilkTray beat me to it. He was already watching this video.
Yeah. I'm constantly researching, constantly
looking. This day, I always see it.
Yeah.
Milks. Oh, he's been here already. Damn. But I took on, especially during the pandemic, of sending people like little messages through Sunday.
Yeah.
Have that. You might need that.
People needed that.
You know? So if you got one, it means I love you.
Boom.
It means I cared to send
now.
it. But, I have to be the Sunday service for me is groundbreaking.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Appreciate that. Humbled.
It's a win.
Humbled.
At what point did you say, I'm going to make this a regular thing?
So the first week, it was really the first week of Sunday service. So for those that don't know, it was, the lockdown, the first full lockdown.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting in what is now my home studio, just sitting in there one Saturday night and literally just watching a man on IG. Big up to my bro DJR from my team Sweet Boys. He was on Instagram, it was like 12:30 at night. And I saw him on and he was doing his thing. I was like, boy, you know what?
Man could do that.
Maybe tomorrow. And my spirit just said to me, you know what? I want you see tomorrow, son, just do a Sunday service. I've given you all these gifts, all these skills, all these talents. Just do a Sunday service, yeah? Just that whole vibe that you got, but just do it your way. And I was just like, I don't know,
How's it gonna work?
I don't know, I've got gospel. I come from that and all of that, but to be able to do a whole show of it, and I was like, I don't know, but literally, brother, I just sat there. I said, like, cool. Jumped on my phone. I took a little photo, did a quick little flyer. I put it up at 1:30 a.m., which is technically now Sunday morning.
Yeah.
I go to sleep. I wake up about 7:30 that next morning or the same morning, over 200 and something likes. And I was like, what?
People want this.
So, we started it on the 18th or 19th of April last year. And within the first one, we had within an hour, we had over 150 people. And then by the time we finished, it was 200 plus. And then my dad came on at the end and kind of prayed over it. And then he's like, you know what? After we finished service, he phoned me. He's like, I hope you know that this isn't just a one-off thing, innit?
This is life now.
You know that, you know that this is what you're here to do now, isn't it?
Cool.
And I was like, well, I don't know about that, Dad, But
Get excited.
You know what?
Yeah.
And then, bro, every week since that week, we haven't missed a Sunday.
Yeah, man.
I've been on, and we started on Instagram Live, having to deal with the issues of, copyrights and the getting locked offs and all of that kind of stuff. But we pushed, bro. And then every week the numbers just kept growing and growing. And then we got it to over 400 plus every Sunday, bro. People were sharing it out. We then moved over to start to restream it on YouTube. Then Facebook as well, MixCloud. And then it was getting, bro, on the reels, the numbers were crazy.
You could feel the love, though.
And, bro, the love that the people have for Sunday service, if I start Sunday service, if they don't get the notification at 9 o'clock,
man, I vex.
Man's messaging me My brethren from Birmingham, Pat Jam, he messaged me a couple weeks ago. He's like, bro, it's 1 minute past 9. You haven't started.
We did.
The live's we're not on. Like,
yeah, we playing that.
Yeah. Like, so it's been an amazing journey. Not just spiritually, but just for myself. You know what I mean? Just to look at what is possible and know that it's more than just what you do, it's how you do it, and it's the reason why you're doing it. So I started that on my phone, and then now I've got like a streaming studio. I've had to invest, get streaming PC, webcams, and all of that kind of stuff, and learn how to use OBS and all of this malarkey and stuff that was totally out of my comfort zone as a person and as a DJ. Because for us, and I think why, especially in the lockdown, why most DJs were loving IG Live is because it was just there, innit?
Yeah. And all the eyeballs were on it.
Yeah. So it was cool. Like, bang, let me just, I got a free hour. Let me just go on IG Live, Everybody, initially, the sound quality was a bit questionable. So everybody was buying iRigs and that kind of stuff. And you know what I mean? But to see where Sunday service started to where it is now, and we're having our own Sunday service brunch in a couple of weeks.
I'm there.
We just did yesterday. Yesterday we did the Sunday service. We did the Mix and Praise workout.
Oh, you know what? That makes sense.
We did the workout. So, but to be honest, it's just been able to take that and just
build from there. It just makes sense. Because I think, like you said, the authenticity of it is just there. Like, I don't feel like I'm being sold anything. It's just a vibe. Yeah,
and that was the whole thing for me. I felt like, because I'm born literally growing up in church, and that's where my family come from. That's what we do, and I just always felt like church could feel a little different. Like, so I come from a very, very old school, traditional Pentecostal tambourine and and big hats on the morning. That's the kind of church I come from. But at the same time, I love music, bro. So if I can take that energy and put that with a funky house, or I can put that with a drill or a bashment instrumental or something, and flip it.
Yeah, it opens it up to a youth category that wouldn't necessarily be hyped to run to church.
There you go.
Just going off the vibe of Sunday service now in their mind, it's church is going to be a lit today. Yeah. It's going to be vibes. Let's go.
Yeah, so it's, and it's not just music. We still get the word. It's important to kind of lay that foundation. But, I try to make it as interactive and entertaining and thought-provoking and informative as I can within the time that I have.
And you get that, though. I feel like throughout the whole thing, even when people are like chiming in the comments and stuff, you get that. Like, the message is always there. You're having a laugh, you're having fun, but the message is there. Yeah. And it generally feels like something that, I wouldn't necessarily always want to run to church. But like, I spent a little bit of time in LA, and that's what their church felt like to me. It was, you came in, everybody was dancing and vibing and like doing what they're doing, but the message was always on point, and it's more the delivery, wasn't it? Yeah, that how they're delivering it to you was so different than how you were seeing at home in church. Like, I'm being real. My mom used to have to drag me to church, and I'm just like, I don't like this delivery.
Yeah, and that's why for me, when we're doing the word, it's important to balance it out with maybe somebody. So I use a lot of content from YouTube. So what I'll do is I'll take something from, Pastor Stephen Furtick or Pastor Mike Todd, convert it to MP4, and then we use that as the basis of the word. And then I kind of break it down myself a little bit more to make it a bit more relatable. Yeah. Because my personal journey, especially in the last 12, 13, 14 months, was at that point. So when I started Sunday service, I'd just been made redundant. So I was working part-time. I'd been at Carphone Warehouse 21 years, just shy of 21 years I'd been at Carphone. And I loved it there. And when you're there for such a long time, and then you start hearing whispers of payouts, and I was like, all right, you know what, cool. I love it here. They'd put me on a contract. I was doing like 1 day a week.
Oh damn.
I was doing 1 day a week, and then everything else I was doing, like DJing wise, teaching the kids how to DJ, all of that, weddings. That was kind of my hustle became my main income.
Yeah. And when your employer is that not sympathetic, but like understanding of your journey, it does make you want to be like, yo, I'm gonna do things. When I'm here. Yeah. So Carphone shut all the stores. Got the email end of March. So like we're literally lockdown, bang. Yeah.
So lockdowns come. I had 20 plus weddings. So like my calendar is like, so like last year I think I had 25 weddings for the year. Here in the UK, some abroad, plus also private functions, etc., etc. So to be able to go from having all of that to then not having nothing really stretched and tested my faith. Because like I'm like, wow. And then I'm hoping for a payout from Carphone because I've been there for a long time.
Yeah, you're definitely
But the payout, because I'd gone part time,
it was less than what.
It was way less. So the payout was like $2,500.
Whoa. Yeah.
So
that mentally, especially men watching this.
Yeah.
When you got kids.
Yeah.
You go. Yeah, you're gonna have that moment.
And for me, that's one thing I really have to focus on, is because I know us as men, we want to be the provider, the protector,
the security.
Like we get that, but sometimes God will just say, do you know what? I got to strip everything away. And that's what I had to go through. Like he literally said, like, cool, I'm just gonna take everything that you hold and think, I've got you. I'm not gonna take it, but watch what I do.
Yeah.
But all I want you to do, though, son, all I need you to do is just trust me. That's all it was.
Trust and believe, innit?
So he was like, look, I'm gonna take you on this journey, and you don't even know where it's gonna go. But all I want you to do is just start doing the Sunday service. That's all it was, bro. And started doing Sunday service, and then just slowly and surely things started happening. We had the George Floyd, scenario and situation happen. And then what happened off the back of that, some people in Croydon, because I live in Croydon, and some guys who I know work in the area and the community, they were organizing a rally. And they wanted to try and get some, respected black community people to come and be a part of it. So I was invited down there. I met some of the people that run, the councils and the mayor and etc. and MPs, and then a good friend of mine called Anthony King, who works in that kind of department, said, you know what, like we need you in Croydon. There's a lot going on. Croydon's got the highest percentage of young people in London. Like it's crazy, and obviously we need stuff for them to do. So would you be able to like come up with something? So I was like, cool. Like I was already working with one of my guys, DJR. He set up his own like DJ mentoring and DJ teaching class called the Rights Academy. Yeah. So I said to King, I was like, cool, man, we can do that, and I'll implement some mentoring in there. And then that's how I came up with the Hope program. So like now I work in Croydon. I work with a lot of the local organizations, even down to the Metropolitan Police, Crystal Palace Football Club, running workshops. Even like this morning, I did one this morning teaching a young man who's been in a bit of trouble, but wants to get into DJing. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
I'd love that growing up, mate.
Yeah, so again, that door opened, and then just more and more doors kept opening, bro. Like to the point where even when I didn't have no money, like I can be honest here, there was a point last year, and I was like, as a man,
it's stressed.
As a man, I don't even want to have that conversation with my wife. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
trust me,
the great thing about my faith was just that God always carried me through. Anytime it got real sticky, like I'd pick up the phone and look at the NatWest app and think,
I need to put a foot on that one.
You know?
Yeah.
So then, like, even like I said, the payout, the original payout they was gonna offer me was about 2 and a bit grand. They then, a friend of mine who worked in HR, she said, "Nah, that's mad." So she did this wonderful email for me, big up Miss Shax, and then we sent it, and then they pushed out to 4. Do you know what I mean? Which is still nowhere near what I was expecting.
Yeah.
But that little bit more was allowed me to then kind of invest in what I was doing.
Yeah.
And then just by doing that and reinvesting in my streams and upping the quality of Sunday service and all of that kind of stuff, it just kept opening doors and opening doors. So throughout like last summer, I was doing DJ workshops with Crystal Palace, and up and down like the really like literally most of Croydon. And then that kind of opened other doors. And now I work with the guys from Mentivity, who are a mentoring company. They're amazing. Big up to my guys. Big up Leon. Big up Sace. Big up Tyson as well. Bro, yeah, it's just been an amazing journey, bro. And then earlier this year, I got an email from One Extra.
They're late. They're late to the party, by the way.
I mean,
they're late to the party. I know Nadia. They were a bit late.
Do you know what? Like my gran says, nothing before it's time. And I've been trying to get on One Extra for the longest. Like I love radio. I've been doing radio since 2002. I started on Delight FM with like So Solid and
Big up Delight
Get Rich crew and that, and then I moved to like another station called Bounce FM. I was there for a while, and then I moved to On Top, which is kind of like the station where I really kind of made my name.
Salute to On Top, by the way.
Yeah.
I owe this man Slow Jam. I owe him a lot.
Yeah, sexy time on a Wednesday night. That was
Wednesday. Yo, man, them
Yeah.
from South, on a Wednesday, it just worked. I remember going to it worked every time. Log it. I'm trying to find the station because On Top would move every now and again. Trying to find it. There it is.
Yeah, man.
I could guarantee, if nothing was gonna go right that night, the soundtrack was gonna be right that night.
Yeah. Big up Sui.
Thank you.
Big up the whole On Top family.
Yeah.
And then I started doing breakfast on Top. Because I was at the point I was working full time at Carphone, managing. The twins were 2, but I wasn't happy, bro. I was really unhappy. Like work-life balance out the window, playing out every weekend. You're trying to get money and that. You're trying to just keep the bill. You're just trying to pay the bills.
Yeah, and do what you love.
Yeah,
and which is funny enough is where I'm at right now.
So we're just trying to pay the bills and that. And then like it just got to a point where it just all got too much. And then I said, "No, do you know what? I'm gonna allow this." So I actually demoted myself from a manager. Went part-time. I went down to 15 hours. And I spoke to I prayed about it, spoke to my family, spoke to the wife about it, spoke to my auntie Paulette, you know what I mean? And then I went part-time and started doing breakfast on Top 3 days a week. And then I had the opportunity to do it 5 days a week. So I was flat out every day, Monday to Friday, 7 till 10. Wednesdays, I would finish at 9 so I could get to work for 9:30.
Do you know what that hustle was like?
Yeah.
My mom has always said to myself, we all have the same 24 hours in it. And it's how you apply those 24 hours is the difference between good and great.
Yeah.
And to commit to that, young boys don't know about that.
No, man.
They don't know.
Yeah. And I mean, for us now in this generation, streaming from home is standard. But at that point, it wasn't. And I was doing radio from home.
Oh.
So, but at the time, like we was in like a 2-bed flat. So my setup was on our dining room table. And then like my sons, the twins, would be having their breakfast right next to me whilst I'm doing radio. Do you know what I mean?
You just got to make it work.
We just got to make it work.
Yeah.
So I did that for like 7 years. And then I moved to Flex, which was great because Flex is, a legal station. So that was a big thing. Big up to Carlos, big up to the whole team. Big up Shinobi, big up Solly. And and then I was there for just over a year, and then kind of took a little step back. This comes up to now November last year. So I left Flex November last year, and just took some time out. But that was at the time when I just made the move from doing IG lives in lockdown to moving over to Twitch.
So how has been the Twitch transition?
The Twitch transition has been nothing short of amazing.
Talk about it.
The transition from doing like Instagram lives, etc., and doing Zoom parties and whatever, to now doing and being on Twitch is there's a whole what it's really allowed me to understand is there's a whole new world out there. There's a whole world out there that we might not be able to connect with if we're not in the right places or in the right channels.
Yeah.
So taking what I do, so for example, taking Sunday service from Instagram, which everybody and their dog has, to then telling my audience, do you know what? In 2 weeks' time, or like it was literally 1 week. I was like, see, next week.
Yeah, I remember. It felt like
next week is the last Sunday service on Instagram, and then next week we're moving to Twitch. And for like, I'd probably say 60-70% of my audience, maybe even more, were like, what is Twitch? I don't know what it is.
How do you use it?
How do you use it?
I had to ask him. I was like, Wes, can we down? Is Twitch free?
Yeah. Like everybody's like, why would you move to Twitch?
Yeah.
It doesn't, like, we're here on Insta, but I was like, what people don't understand is, one, the main reason for me was I just couldn't take the getting locked off like midstream.
Yeah, it was long for that.
Like, or if a copyright thing flags up and then that's it. And for me, I'm very creative musically, so I don't want to feel restricted. And that's what was happening on Instagram. You couldn't, like, DJs were making mental notes in their head. Like, all right, cool, I played that song and then it flagged up. So, all right, cool, I won't play that again.
Yeah,
and then
that's just long.
Yeah, so I moved to Twitch in October, and it's been just amazing. I've now got really good connections with DJs in the US, Canada, Europe. I've got, people that watch from Australia, over in, Germany. Like, it's crazy. It's a totally different world out there. And I'd say not just the DJs, but like content creators. It's a great platform because you are able to monetize over there. Yeah. And I think that's the key for
I think that's what we were talking
people.
about. Like, how does the monetizing situation go? I think a lot of people think for Twitch, it's more sympathetic to the official Twitch streamers, which are the ones that have got the deals. So I think you said to me earlier, so how do you get monetized on Twitch?
So when you start on Twitch, you just start as a normal streamer. They then have different levels of streamer. So you can start as a normal streamer and just be there. But for you to get to a stage where you're monetizing, that's what you would be classed as. What's the term? I've just had it in my head as well.
I think we said this, isn't it? What you call it? You get not when you're on Twitch, not when you get verified.
No, that's partner. Affiliate,
that's it, yeah.
So you get to affiliate status. So to get to that stage where you can start monetizing, you need to stream, I think it's for like 12 hours, between 10 to 12 hours, across like 7-day period, have a minimum of 50 followers, and have on each stream have a minimum of like 5 viewers. Once you clear that benchmark in like a week or so, then you become an affiliate. You fill out a form, and then you're able to start monetizing your stream. You're
twitching straight away. Yeah, and that's it. You know what? You made it sound so much simpler. I think I've asked 1 or 2 people about it, and the information's been a bit in the air, and I was kind of like, well, I'm not in a hurry to run somewhere if the information's in there.
Yeah. But I mean, the thing is, a lot of when I moved to Twitch, a lot of the DJs that I know from like our circuit were very skeptical about Twitch, and I was like over there, like like, come and join me. Like everybody's like, well, I don't know, Milk.
You trying to pull man them anywhere, yeah? Man was
like, man's like, boy, I don't know if I'm okay with IG. I can deal with the lock. I'm like, no, like if you come over, you know what I mean, you can play your music freely, currently at the moment, and you can monetize it.
Yeah. That's the main thing, really.
Yeah.
For any DJ, especially when you weren't able to do shows and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be able to earn somewhere in it. And I think, the way that they've done it, it's a lot simpler than YouTube. I think YouTube is it 1,000 subscribers, right?
1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours watch time.
Yeah.
See?
Which is a far longer road
Yeah.
to getting monetized. So, yeah, especially for this day and era, I think, yeah, it makes more sense to go the way Twitch have done it. And it's a good platform. I said, you put me onto it. Even when you started to upgrade your IG TV with your banners and that, I'm asking, how do we do that?
Yeah, like again, like when I was, putting banners and stuff on when I was doing IG Live, I had to learn how to use OBS, which is the you know what I mean? Like I had to learn how to use that. I'd never, ever. So I had like a little laptop that one of them ones you just only use just to do little pieces.
Yeah.
Like Excel, spreadsheet,
Basic.
Word.
Yeah.
Basic.
Yeah.
That's what I had.
And it wasn't having a bar.
Yeah. I set it up. And I don't know, again, it's just God's grace.
Yeah.
Because this machine was running Sunday service with webcams connected to it for like 3 months. Literally.
Champion. Yeah.
I don't even know what CPU is in it. Nothing. I don't know what graphic cards were in it. But it was running Sunday service for about 3 months. And then like one Sunday, it just went, nah.
Yeah. It was running on faith.
Yeah, it was only running on faith. And then the faith said, nah, I'm done now. And then, like, literally, I had to upgrade.
Yeah, you have to, though.
Yeah.
Eventually. You can do quite a lot on the small machines. And eventually, it goes, all right, brother, invest now.
Yeah.
Upgrade this a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I had to do.
But it makes sense, and I like it. I think the progression, even though it said it was very quick from one week to another, it did feel very smooth, and it made sense. Even in my mind, I was like, knowing the kind of DJ you are, I was like, this has purpose. This isn't, I know you're consistent. So and I think that's the main thing I've told a lot of guys that are jumping on new platforms or starting anything new. One of the main goals is consistency.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're getting it right. I don't care if it don't look perfect. Just be consistent with it and get there eventually.
Yeah.
And I love what you were saying about, you don't feel like you're growing until the rug is pulled.
Yeah.
When everything's pulled underneath you.
Yeah.
And you're forced into a situation.
Yeah.
You suddenly start to grow.
Yeah.
And you think like, could have done with that time ago. But
Listen,
you never wish for it upon yourself.
Listen, I would have never really have wished for this pandemic. Yeah.
Nah.
But what I've learned about myself, and what I've learned about life, and what I've learned about, upscaling and upskilling myself, you know what I mean? To be able to learn how to stream. So when a man phones me and says, boy, Milks, how do you do this? I can phone a man and answer him, and he's confident.
Yeah.
And I can share that knowledge. For me, that's the win.
Yeah. And it's weird that they always say, especially even for what business that I'm in, like entrepreneurship, they always say, for you to fly, you have to jump.
And that's what Steve Harvey says.
Definitely, yeah.
Like, so, and to be honest, I think for the last 10 plus years, that's what I've been doing. Like, I remember watching that Steve Harvey video, the jump one, and, using it a lot when I was doing breakfast on top. And just jumping, like quitting not quitting, but demoting myself at Carphone to go part-time so I could invest time into doing radio for free.
Yeah.
Like,
but talk about how that feels, that when you say to yourself, right, because married men go, right, I've thought about this, but now I've got to go and tell my significant other.
So I'll be honest. I think it was more of a case of when, not if. So, like, the wife it was a case of, she knew that I was unhappy, one, with like work-life balance, etc. My health was really bad, bro. So at that point, I probably scaled up to like 22 stone. Wow. Blood pressure through the roof, all of that. I wasn't happy. So for me to come in and have that conversation and be like, all right, babes, guess what? I'm not happy here. And I know this is going to be mad difficult, but I really feel like my purpose at this point is to do this breakfast show on this radio station for free. I didn't have to say that because she already knows it's pirate.
Yeah.
But she knows that I'm not going to earn from it.
Yeah.
But it's a case of she's always known the end goal.
Yeah.
So, and at that point, as I said, she was at home. So we've then had to have some conversations where, as a man, I've had to say, do you know what? I'm going to take the step back. I'm going to go part-time. So, and the thing is, the way it's benefited our sons, because since they started school, practically daddy's been there every day to pick them up.
There you go.
So she does the school run, and then I do the pickups. I would either finish work early, because I'd base my rota around that. Get them home, do homework with them, cook dinner, all of that kind of stuff. And for me, those are the most important things. Because now they've seen that their dad cleans, cooks, does all of that kind of stuff, so that when they get older, it's the standard to them.
It's normal to them.
It's the norm. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
And also, even with that time, like, I think I asked myself in that as well, was like, the main reason why I jumped into what I'm doing is because when I grew up, I didn't see my dad. Yeah. Like, I saw dad on a Sunday and he was knackered. Like, and you saw your mum and, you kind of got used to it. But I would have loved to have spent more time with my dad.
And that's what was happening, brother. Like, on the reels, imagine I'm working full-time, doing radio, playing out. Like, on a Sunday, I couldn't function.
You're just done, innit?
Bro, I couldn't function. Like, the family were going to church without me not because I didn't want to go. It's just that I physically couldn't go, bro. Like, I was burnt out.
You got to kind of get your bearings together to go again.
So now, the fact that I can spend so much time with my sons is key to me, man. And and now, because they're around me so much, they hear, and like, you got to remember, as a parent, they hear and see everything. Yeah. But they've heard stuff, so they hear when I'm on the phone negotiating a deal, or I'm talking about this, or so like when I'm doing like my motivational events, they've now got their own stall. Like, they came to me a couple years ago and they were like, Dad, can we have a stall at MilkTray's Motivation? I was like, all right, cool. Because like, obviously they hear me on the phone and people want to have their stalls there. So they came to me, like, genuinely, and they were like, Dad, can we have a stall? I was like, cool. Like, what are you going to sell?
Sick. Yeah.
They were like, we're going to make lemonade. I was like, all right, cool.
Go true.
So go true.
Yeah.
So they went shopping with the wife, went and bought all the stuff. They came, set up their little table. Their first one, they knew exactly how much money they spent. Profit-wise, they made £120. So then what they did is, so we got home the next day, we spoke about it. They were like, cool, what we need to do, Daddy, we need to reinvest what we spent into the next one, and then try and, find ways to incorporate other things to generate more money. Yeah. So then the next one was round about Easter. So then they said, do you know what? Let's sell bun and cheese. This is that, bro. They were like probably 8. Just like, because they're 11 this year, so this was probably like 8 years old. So then the next time they came, they had their lemonade, they had bigger cups, bun and cheese. Like, I think they did like 160, 170 pounds.
And then things that you can't even teach kids, like the practicalization of them doing it. Yeah. From even as small as that, makes them get the bug. Yeah. Like, I'm very similar. I got my bug doing that at like 12. My mum, she used to go to like the car boot sales. Just take a toys. Yeah. Like, and just practically, his mum used to do it. And I think when you see your parent doing something, it's very hard not to get kind of like move to it and go, right, that looks interesting. What does that do? Yeah. And I think that's dope.
And that's one thing that I try to do a lot, is talk about money and finance and business in that regard. Not about, like, you need to have this much money. Yeah. But how money, like, just educating them on how money works. Yeah.
How do you if you save it, what you can do with it, like, how you can invest it, how you can flip
they understand the difference between a mortgage and rent and all of those kind of things. So, like, on a Sunday when we be at mum and dad's for Sunday dinner, like, we're old school, traditional like that. Yeah. We'd be driving back home in the car, and we'd have those conversations in the car, like, as a family, like. Yeah. And then, like, we'd break it down and be like, look, make it tangible. So, all right, you got your Nintendo Switch, but then what you can do is you get your Nintendo Switch, and then you might rent that out to 5 of your friends for X amount, and then you make this much amount, and then what do? You buy another one.
And do the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, I get it now.
I could do that. makes sense. And even that, something I was saying this to the homie earlier about once kids don't look at it as work and it's just normal information, they're making money online, especially in what's available to them now with their phones and TikTok and all that other stuff there. It's easy.
Guess who told me about Twitch?
Who? The little one. Little man.
Kids.
Trust me, they put you on,
The twins, bro, I swear, I kid you not. When I was banging on about Instagram Live last year in first lockdown, one of the twins came to me and said, Dad, I think you need to go on Twitch, Daddy.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I'm all right. Son, do you know what, son? It sounds good, but I'm all right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know what
They're
it is.
schooling you, though. You don't realize it.
He was schooling me.
Yeah, my oldest son was the one that put me onto TikTok.
Yeah.
And he was like, because I felt like Instagram was getting a bit stagnant.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd been shadow banned on TikTok, on Instagram numerous times. My fan base would fluctuate and all kinds. I was getting a bit annoyed. So much so I put a little poll up there. I was like, I feel like I'm just gonna scrap this and start again. And my son doesn't use TikTok from his phone. His older cousin's got it.
Okay.
And he'll pop in every now and again.
Yeah.
And we were talking about engagement. And he come to me and he was like, Dad, like, TikTok is just like faster engagement. And I'm like, he's 12, by the way. How would you mean faster engagement? He's like, just look how people use TikTok. And his cousin comes to the house and I watch they use it for like 10 minutes. And I'm going, he's onto something. He's 12.
Listen. I had the app for a while. I put up my first TikTok like last week. I swear down.
It works, isn't it?
Different.
Pyong. Yeah. I went and figured out why. So what it works is the actual exposure to everybody in your feed for TikTok and Facebook has dropped. Even for YouTube. YouTube is higher at the moment, but YouTube, I think Instagram dropped down to 35% of the people that are on your actual page that follow you. 35% of your 8,000 is a fraction. It's
That's
a
correct,
drop in the pond, isn't it? Where TikTok is 92%. Wow. I was like, so everybody sees this.
Yeah.
If it's good, everybody that you've managed to get over to here and their dog and their cat is going to see it.
Yeah.
Now, it won't stay like that forever, but it makes you go, okay, yeah, we've got to make a little adjustment here. Because even though I love Instagram and people can kind of stay more for comfort more than anything, you have to just go where your tribe is.
And again, that's the whole thing with, moving my streaming Sunday service over to Twitch. I moved it over there and we're still getting 300 plus people on a Sunday morning, even when I do a shorter service because, my mix is on 1 extra on a Sunday. So like, even when I finish at 10:30, sometimes at 10:30, we've still got 300 plus people. Yeah,
because the conversion rate's there. Because you're consistent, people are happy with the conversion. So even if they followed you 1 extra, they'll go, well, he's milked it. Okay, change it over. Twitch the thing. Easy. And once you get that kind of diehard fan base, people will just follow it.
Yeah.
Even when I look on it now, I check for it. I might miss it a Sunday or just catch it. I'll go, consistently, he's going to be there. He's going to be there. So even for us, when we took the hiatus for this, it took so much in me to go, we're not going to do it for a month. But long-term wise, it was like, nah. If we don't do that, at some point in time, we're going to be forced off the grid. Yeah. And then we're going to be like, okay, now what do we do? Because now we've been forced off. We've now got to catch up with everything why we got forced off and then do all the things that we've been meant to do for the last year.
Makes sense.
So they always say, even growing hurts.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's something that we've all learned in the last 12 to 14 months. Growing hurts. Like a lot of us have had to grow. Yeah, we've had to grow. We've had to step out of our comfort zones. We've had to do things that we had no idea how to do. We've had to now learn them. We've had to now kind of master them. Yeah. But we've upskilled ourselves to a point where now we're doing stuff that 2 years ago we never would have thought we were doing. Yeah. It's strange that, isn't it? It's something you go something you go, I've got to go and learn that. That's the effort. Yeah. But having the time to have learned it, I feel like if you were really on this, there's no way you spent that first 3 months in lockdown. You see that first 3 months,
It's painful.
Bro,
painful.
Listen. One, my body needed that rest. It did.
Tell him.
My body needed that rest. 2, I was able to really double down on fitness as well. So I was working out every day and that.
What was you doing? At home workouts?
At home.
Yeah.
So even before lockdown, I'd bought exercise bike and all of that, and really got my walking on as well. So I've been able to, go from like 22 stone down to 16.
Good, man.
And keep it. You know what I mean? Obviously you have little fluctuations, but it's always, we've been now around about, 15 and a half, 16. So I'm happy with that. But to be able to have that rest, keep focused on that, and then the amount of time I was spending learning YouTube. So on YouTube, OBS. I'll be on the phone to Simple Simon from Galflex. We'll be on the phone, bro, I just see this video about OBS. And then boom, I just see this video. And then he's WhatsApping me, and then he's phoning me at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like, boom, boom, boom. And then, I saw, and then he's like, yo, how'd you get that overlay in the thing? And I'm like, yeah, but I did this. And then, like, it was that, bro. It was just a mad amount of learning.
Yeah, bro. YouTube is like the MVP. I swear, you fall down the YouTube rabbit hole.
Listen.
With the right questions.
Listen.
God, I've